Hey, beautiful souls. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I wanted to hop on here for a minute and just talk about self-care and how important it is. And I thought that I would just implant the question in your brain to get yourself asking, is self-care a part of your New Year's resolution? It's so easy, all New Year's resolutions are super great, thinking about manifesting or achieving any material or personal goals in life, so that's amazing. But a lot of us don't think about how are we going to take care of ourselves while we are manifesting and creating all of these amazing things in our lives. So I wanted to, before the new year came, kind of get that thought rolling in your mind. Are you going to make your self-care and your self-love a big part of your New Year's, and you're going to up that game this year? Just because it's so important for so many reasons. If we're not taking care of ourselves, we aren't going to be able to put our best foot forward when we are creating the new things that we really want to experience in our life, whether that's a new job, a new relationship, or making some new material gains in our life. The more that we're taking care of ourselves, the more that we feel loved in our life, the easier it is for us to create. Because when we are not taking care of ourselves, when we don't have a good self-care routine, or we're not giving ourselves a lot of self-love, then chances are good that we're living in the stress response, we're living in the survival mode, and we're not able to create, we're not able to show up in the way that we really want to show up. So when we take that time daily to take care of ourselves and to give ourselves some love, we are more likely to be in the relaxation response, which makes it capable for us to create and show up for ourselves the way that we need to show up so that we can actually achieve our material goals, our relationship goals, or any goals in general. So again, I just want you guys to ask that question. Is upping my self-care game, my self-love game, part of my goals for the new year? And think about how is going to benefit you if it becomes one of your goals in achieving the rest of your goals. How will giving yourself more love, how will being more happy, being more relaxed, how will that impact your ability to create new things in your life? So it's just a thought for you guys to have. And then I just wanted to share a couple ways that you guys can make it happen. So a good way to figure out what your self-care routine or regimen would be is to ask yourself, when have you felt loved in your life? Was this with a caretaker? What did that caretaker do for you? Was this in a relationship? What did that person in that relationship do for you? So if maybe it's like they gave you like a heating pad, or they helped you get dressed, or they bought you gifts, they took you out on a date. Just think about whatever it is that you have, any moment in your life that you have felt loved. And then what you can do is commit to doing those things for yourself. And then what that will do is you'll be creating a self-love or a self-nourishment menu to choose from. So you can take yourself out on a date, you can run yourself a hot bath, you can pick yourself out some nice clothes, wash your face, do your makeup, do your hair, whatever. So anything that just makes you feel good. So making a self-love or a self-nourishment menu based on the things that you have experienced in your life that made you feel love, and just taking that time to do it for yourself. And then the second part is, it's so important. This is so important. Like, not only physically taking care of yourself or giving yourself some self-love, but mentally taking care of yourself and giving yourself some self-love. So how do you speak to yourself? How do you talk to yourself? Are you saying kind and caring things to yourself? Or are you, pointing out all of your flaws and criticizing yourself. So make it your commitment to, every time you catch yourself criticizing yourself, to say something nice and give yourself a compliment instead. So mentally and physically giving yourself some self-care and self-love can really change the game in making anything new in your life more easily created. So hopefully that all makes sense. But yeah, I definitely think that having a physical routine and a mental routine, making a commitment to having a physical routine that you do, like, I definitely recommend you have something that you do daily for yourself. It doesn't have to be big, but that could just be like your hygiene, or, saying something kind to yourself daily. Like, those two things you can do easily daily. It doesn't take too much time. But then once a month, I would maybe do like a self-care day. And like, you could take yourself on a date. You could once a month or once a week, you take yourself on a date, make it a big thing, and then just speak to yourself and think about yourself in the way that you hope your loved ones think about you. Like, if you're in a relationship, when they give you compliments, what makes you feel good? What makes you feel loved? Then give yourself that compliment. And then, like, the more you get into the habit of taking care of yourself this way, the more that you get in the habit of physically giving yourself self-care and mentally giving yourself self-care, number one, you're gonna, even if you don't believe it, like in the beginning, if it's a little hard for you, if you're not really believing what you're saying or what you're doing, after a while, you will start to believe that you truly do care for yourself. And then the second thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna start raising your bar of expectations of how other people treat you. And so the level of self-respect goes up, and then the level of respect that you will be getting from the rest of the people in your life is going to go up as well, because you will find your bullshit tolerance to go way down, and your self-respect tolerance and respect from others to go way up. And but first you've got to learn to respect yourself and give yourself self-care and self-love for other people for that bar to be raised. Because if you're not mentally or physically taking very good care of yourself, you're going to kind of take the bare minimum from everybody else. And that's why you're not going to show up the best version of you with your best foot forward when you're creating the new relationships or the new job or the new home or anything new that you want to have in this next year. So making sure that you are putting yourself as a priority, taking care of yourself mentally and physically, that's going to set the bar up and the expectations up for everything that comes in new to your life. So self-care is important, and I just wanted you guys to have that reminder, and I wanted you guys to be thinking about it. Should be your number one New Year's resolution. Up my self-care game. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. Is this going to be one of your New Year's resolution? Comment self-care game. Let me know what you're thinking. I'd love to hear it. Tell me what makes you feel loved, something on your personal love and nourishment menu. So again, just think about all the things that other people have done for you in your life where you felt the most loved. Write that down and start doing it for yourself. That's a great way to create your own self-care ritual, and make a commitment to taking care of yourself physically and mentally this year. All right, guys, light and love. I hope that this makes you want to make your self-care game part of your New Year's resolution, and I'll see you guys next time.